morning, everybody. It is April 15th. We are here at the club. Look at the crowd. We got quite the crowd today.
Us all got our taxes in.
Well, let's hope. Let's hope that you got your taxes in and no one's going to jail.
Yeah, and didn't have to pay too much.
Well, that's even better. Or, well, I was going to say, or you got till midnight, so get over to the post office. All right. Normally, I start with the ladies, and if I'm going to share something, I share it at the very end. But today, I am starting off with a quick little video. This 1 week ago, Equine Voices had a brand new colt born on Eclipse, on Monday Eclipse. I was over there on Friday to just shoot some video for a couple of hours. And basically there's a lot of feeding going on and a lot of sleeping going on. So I was there a lot longer. So anyway, this is my little video.
Did they name the cold eclipse?
They have named the colt Eclipse. Whoa. Here we go. Great footage.
What was that pony's name?
Yeah, they've named the pony Eclipse.
Was Eclipse?
So
Very nice. Really nice footage.
it's,
Yeah.
yeah, it was one of those where you're doing it and you're sitting there and it's like, okay, what's gonna happen? And there's a lot of nothing happening. And then there's stuff happening.
Yeah.
So at some point.
So how long did how much footage did you have? How long did you shoot to just get
There's
that?
probably an hour of footage. I mean, because you're rolling the camera.
Yeah.
Sometimes you know something's gonna happen, or sometimes you don't know what's gonna happen, and like the colt almost would take off, you know, like be standing there and almost would get that burst of energy and would take off. So you keep rolling. And at some point I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, I've got 20 minutes in the battery, and there's 20 minutes left of available footage. So when that's dead, then that's the end of the party. About 2.5 hours or so.
With your phone?
Yes, that was with my phone. No, that was with the big camera, the 4K,
That was a 300?
the 300.
Yeah,
So
good.
yeah, it looked real good.
So you shot it in 4K and then you edited it in 1080?
That's correct. Yep, yep. That allows me to zoom in and do some of that motion and stuff.
And you had some slow mo in there.
I had some slow mo. I
Yeah,
used,
that's nice.
well, thank you. There's a program out. Topaz has got their AI photo program that you can use for photos. They've also got a video program, and you can use stabilization. It also allows you to do slow mo. So you can take a clip, and it works in some cases. In what I was doing there, it worked pretty good. So anyway, it just allowed that, instead of just being that burst of energy all
Can you tell the tripod or that again?
all the tripod. I've got I was using a 100 to 400 millimeter lens. So definitely need a tripod for that. Okay,
Nice.
well, thank you. That was a lot of fun to do. Okay, let's see here. Phil, or wait a minute, Phil, which one was yours?
Doug,
It's the Doug video. Okay, tell us about the Doug video. What is
It's
this?
just, I shot just a very few frames when Doug was doing his film. And like, if anybody's ever worked on a film, a feature film, you realize that when you're shooting it, you have no idea what is going on. This was worse than that. I don't think any of us had any clue as to why this company that made flathead washers also had people cutting carrots.
yeah.
Well,
Maybe.
Only Doug
Royce-
knows.
only Doug knows. He's got
Only
it in his
Doug.
mind.
Anyway, he's, you guys, some of you have seen his rough cut of this. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
But this is just a very little footage sort of behind the scenes.
Okay.
Sort of.
Well, let's check it out.
It's just kind of weird.
Well, a really funny thing happened. They flew away at your front door.
No. Really? Okay. And what work experience do you have?
Nice.
I don't think any of us had any idea what was going on, which is fun.
I think the best shot was Diana's dancing in the background, and then when it obviously didn't work. You didn't get her to smile or laugh or whatever, and you just see that. Oh God! Turn and walk away.
You know, when I shot that, I didn't even see it. I didn't even see you when I looked at the table. I went, "What? This is great."
When is this video going to be done, Doug? And when are you going to show it? November. Oh, you're going to save it for? I gotta wait for Larry to come back. Oh, and shoot a scene. Oh no. That's okay. You gotta hit a home run.
And it's not called tumbleweed. That's just what I
Yeah.
whatever I don't know what Doug called.
Well, make sure that Larry is wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
There's to be that continuity issue.
Why show it if it's not?
Exactly. I would agree. Well, good. Well, thank you for that, Phil. That's gonna be great. I can't wait to see that.
Just a short useless fact. Tumbleweed is not native to North America. It actually came from a shipment of flax from Russia back in the late 1800s up to the Dakotas, and obviously has spread everywhere.
Doug, write that down.
Yeah. Just in case, right?
This one I took a walk out here and I got two tumbleweeds. One fair quite round, then I hot melted the other one to get the other one so it would roll.
Hmm. Interesting.
You had to be very careful because it would disintegrate.
Okay. Well, cool. I'm looking forward to that. What'd you have, Jim?
Try to do, there's gonna be some discussion on this, the making your.
Oh, okay.
Thing.
I'll do that. Daryl, why don't you tell me about your hummingbird video? This is something you've been shown before, but you fixed it.
I showed it about 6 or 8 months ago.
Okay.
Nobody liked the music.
Uh-oh.
I re-edited the stills, resequenced them, added some new ones, and changed the music.
Okay. Well, let's check it out. That's it, okay. Okay, what do we think of that?
Beautiful, just beautiful.
At what speed in seconds did you find the wings stop moving? You weren't getting a blur. It was like,
4,000s.
and how
You
many?
have to have 4,000.
4,000.
To actually totally freeze it. And that's why I put the shutter speed and all that other stuff out there. People were always asking me, how'd you shoot this? I don't know.
Well, here's a quick question. Show of hands, do you like seeing the technical data on there or not? If you like the technical data, raise your hand.
For
Okay,
that one, yeah.
all right.
I left it up there. I thought about it. I went awful back and forth. I gave it the length of time on each shot. I kept it consistent. We
Sure.
just did a straight dissolve.
Sure.
So that it focus on the picture, and if you wanted to know the information was there, I tried to keep it out of the way of the picture.
Sure.
Of the, so it wasn't too intrusive. But,
Well, it depends on the audience.
yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
This audience would love that, I thought it'd be great.
And that's kind of why I included it too.
How much post work did you do on those?
Each image is pretty much straight. So I just had to do contrast and, lighting controls. There's a few of them that I photoshopped out some ugly branches and did some vignetting and softening with the what do you call it, the Gaussian blur
Gaussian blur.
background.
What was the camera body?
Most all of it was either with a Nikon D70, or excuse me, D750, or I just got a new Z7 II.
Huh?
I have one thought on the technical stuff. Maybe think about doing this. We did this kind of with Diane's video what was it, last week? The one from Don Sassaby. Think about having the text in the same spot, the same way, so that I'm not looking all over the page. In every shot, I appreciate the fact that you're going in and saying, okay, I'm allowing enough time. Do something where maybe the text is always down here in the bottom right, or left, or top, or whatever. See where your pictures are.
See, it wouldn't work with that image.
Well, but I guess
You
the
couldn't
question,
keep it consistently in the same spot with every image because it doesn't work composition. Somewhere there's an image that it's just not gonna work.
well, I understand that. I guess the thing, I personally don't care about the technical data,
Sure.
and I'd rather enjoy the pictures. The pictures are so great. I don't want my time looking at I want to sit there and look at the hummingbirds and really get into the detail versus, okay, here's this technical information about shutter speed and whatever.
So you didn't like that at all?
I don't care for but that's me. But if I could, I would try to put the text, if possible, in the same area so that my eye is always looking at the picture and then I'm always going around, because each time I'm searching around, okay, there's, it's over here on the right, now it's a little higher. Now it's over here on the right, it's the left.
I barely want you to look at it. I want you to look at the bird, and then if you're interested, it's there.
No, I understand the concept, and that's fine. I'm just thinking, if it's possible to keep a uniformity to it in terms of location, then great. To me, it makes it a little bit more easier to see.
And the technical data is very similar. So you could put it like at the end of the program and kind of like, this is between this, and this.
Yeah,
And that would have covered like majority of the
yeah.
questions about it.
I mean, I don't know, as a still photographer, quick goodie. Somebody will say, well, what shutter speed you shoot at? Hell, I don't know. It's whatever it took to be a correct exposure, or what was the f-stop on that? I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the technical data. I don't care about that. Some people do care about that, and that's fine. Yes, Jim.
A compromising option on this might be to allow each image of the birds to stay up there a little longer. And toward the end of staying up there, the technical data would pop on.
That's not a bad idea. I like that.
That's good.
I like that idea.
That's
Well,
great.
the amount that you have that up there and then maybe the technical data comes on
Just
for like,
comes up for
2 or 3
and then
seconds.
The image.
Well, that's a great
You
suggestion.
have to teach me how to do that.
Well, we will. That's easy.
Yeah.
Yes, sure.
Really.
I had just one distraction and that I wasn't even aware of happening before coming here and learning about it.
Yeah,
And that is the size of the picture kept changing, and so learning to layer it, put the picture on top of of the same picture underneath it, but blurring out so that you can have it fill the whole frame.
Yep.
So that there's not the black on the sides.
Yep.
In all these different sizes.
well, and certainly even like, there was a horizontal I saw like that at the end.
Yeah.
You know, you got,
Anyways, just.
Doesn't fill the frame.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. and
fill the
that's-
frame.
That's something I've learned here that I really
Mhm.
appreciate, but before learning it, I would have never even noticed it.
sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
now that
good.
I've learned it, it's just glares at me now, so.
Yes, Sam.
Just one thing is, kind of a bird photographer myself. I would like to see the name of the bird on there.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
I like that. I'd rather see that than the technical data, actually, personally. So.
First, you have to know the name of the.
Yeah. That's not here.
Actually, there's an app on the phone. And I've even taken a picture of my screen with the bird on the screen.
Okay.
And it's identified, it's called Merlin.
Okay.
Yeah,
Merlin.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Well, if I, on my iPhone,
Mhm.
even though it was taken with the Nikon.
Yeah,
If I look at the technical data on my
Sure.
phone,
sure.
it tells me it's an Adams hummingbird
Okay,
or whatever, so.
nice. Yeah, it would be, I think that personally would be more appealing to me to know what type of hummingbird it was versus technical data. But the beauty of it is you saw probably half the hands went up that said they like the technical data, so. That's,
I just like the pictures. They were just.
that's what I love.
Stunning.
The pictures are
Yes, done.
stunning. and I would agree. That's why I wanna get lost.
I'm actually getting better.
Mhm.
My girlfriend is a master gardener and we've set up our backyard with about 4 different hummingbird stations. And I went to that Steve.
Speaker series.
His speaker series. And we've got several flowers that attract the hummingbirds. And what we do is we stole this from him.
Hmm.
About 5 o'clock, you take the hummingbirds feeders down and you put up a nice flower that they like and spray it, mist it with some hummingbird food, and there you got it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, the thing that I really love about the photos, knowing how fast hummingbirds move and you're just kind of.
Yeah.
It's not like they're all at a feeder and you know they're gonna be coming to the feeder, you're getting them freehand, that shows some skill. So nice job on that. Does anybody else have anything on that?
Lots of
Did
pictures.
you run any of them through Topaz?
I believe, no, I don't know what that is. I've never used it. but-
And we have it over here in the photo lab and everything. So a couple of the images were just a little off and everything. And I think if you run it through Topaz, you'll get a much sharper image.
Yeah, Dale.
Question, did you shoot just a single frame or did you multi-frame and
Motor
each
driver.
bird when you photographed it?
First,
Most of those were, well, all the flash is a single frame.
Yeah,
That's
that would
my
be- yeah.
Flash will
Right.
recycle fast enough. But typically I will shoot a burst of about 3 to 5 images.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sure. One that-
yeah,
Where the winds are.
Yeah.
When I'm available,
nice job on that, really nice job.
A lot of that was Madera Canyon.
Yeah,
About half and half was Madera Canyon in my backyard. They don't have any of those Mexican. What do they call it?
Bird of paradise.
Mexican bird of paradise
okay,
flowers up at Madera, so that
Okay.
is in my yard.
okay.
How about the music, since he redid it?
I thought the music was great. Would you like
I
it?
still prefer the Beatles flying, but.
Well, that's where we get into a copyright issue.
Exactly.
So, at least this, I don't have to worry about it. There was also, just quickly on the music, again, there's that subtleness to the music and it just adds that nice mood.
Yeah.
And then from there, I get to look at the great photos. So I really like that. All right.
Personally, I think the music is too repetitive. It repeats too often. I read whatever. It was just a struggle finding the right mood.
Well,
Not my forte.
I would say good job.
Yeah, good job.
All right, Jim, you got
Yeah.
a little video you want to share with us?
A while back, several of our Club SIG members and I put this video together. It's called Making Your Camera Perform. Now, it's not quite up to date anymore. So
Okay.
we're gonna have a little discussion about that afterward.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's check it out.
Crossing the bridge to friends, fun, and fulfillment. Have you just finished the Green Valley Camera Club 10-week photography course and bought a new digital camera? Or have you been taking photos for years, but now it's time to step up to the next level? What's next? The Green Valley Camera Club. That's what's next. The common bond for Camera Club members is creating images and telling a story. The 10-week course shows various photographic techniques, but there are other opportunities too, such as photography in your club studio, learning how to use professional level lighting equipment. One activity that's always filled to the limit is field trips. It's an activity that you can do with friends, new and old, who have a common interest. We go to interesting locations with great photo ops that you may not be aware of.
Become part of the group. Take a chance.
If you want or need advice or assistance, there are experienced club members available to point out how to get the best shot and to advise on what to look for. After the image is in the camera, the creative aspects have just started. There are many editing programs, from the simple to the most advanced, that your club provides to enhance your images. You can experiment with them in your digital darkroom. The printers in the digital darkroom will produce professional quality prints up to as large as 13 by 19 inches. Don't know how to operate a fancy printer like that? Go to a special interest group or SIG, like the ones you will see here, or ask an experienced member for help. That's what a club does.
My favorite activity is what can we do with this picture? Move a couple of sliders here and there. That's all you need to do to your photograph.
The ability to put together the creative aspects of photography along with the technology.
As well as basic courses on how to use various editing software applications, there are several special interest groups covering many photographic topics, including editing and post-production, multimedia, portraiture, and studio lighting. These offer the opportunity to discuss and learn techniques in small groups. Some of the many other SIGs are listed here. A well-chosen mat can enhance any photograph. Learn how to do it yourself.
Well, I think the excitement now is the fact that people come in and they learn how to cut a mat and they see a finished product and they're proud of it. And that makes me proud also. On the back side of the mat, we can draw our start and stop lines. Taking our Model 45 cutter, we just move it across till we hit our stop point.
Once you've captured your photo and enhanced it, what can you do with it? You only have so many walls in your house. The Camera Club walls are filled with images that are changed regularly. But the Publicity Committee also arranges to hang pictures in rec centers, assisted living facilities, and businesses around Green Valley. Your images could go there too.
I think I really like Showtime. That is a fun experience, seeing all the different slideshows that people in the club can come up with.
Welcome everybody to Travelon. For tonight, the Camera Club purchase for our sole use.
Videos are about telling a story, and I decided this summer that there were a number of stories about my hometown that I wanted to tell.
At the monthly Showtime or Travelog, you can see other members' work, or display your own by slideshow or video. All new cameras include the potential for video. That's what has created this production. Learn to spice up your shows with narration and music. The Camera Club has caught your attention for one reason or another. You've seen a short survey of activities that are available. It would be surprising if in the last 5 minutes you didn't see something new that you'd like to try. Your Camera Club website is full of information. Check out the calendar. Go into the Eventbrite link if you would like to sign up for something. There's a lot of really fun and friendly people that are kind of like-minded, and they're interested in the things that I enjoy talking about, and I just have a great time anytime I'm with them.
Because I really enjoy working with the other people in the Camera Club.
You'll definitely meet lots of interesting people. Activities like monthly meetings will be informative and an opportunity to socialize. And fun is included. You can go as far as your creativity, interest, and enthusiasm will take you.
Okay. What do we think of that?
Nice job.
Now, I looked at our website currently and couldn't find it anywhere, and I know it's outdated in terms of the club name and a few
Right.
other little things, but it's a pretty good sized project, and that might be something we want to create again next season, get a lot of people involved and do it, because it introduces it to people. We get more members, and a lot of you have never seen this before. Would that have interested you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, well, good.
You had a nice variety showing what was going on at the club, the different activities and stuff. Tom Parker, thank you, has been working on some of that stuff. Some of us have seen that in here where he's tried to update some of these things and create a video. But certainly a class project would be great. So that's maybe something when next fall or spring, the snowbirds come back, we can do some sort of a goodie. You'll need to lead the project.
No, this is not quite up to date now because of the
Right.
name change thing. I still
Sure.
think from an introductory standpoint, it's worthwhile having it up in the website someplace.
Sure.
You know,
Well,
right at
we
the
can-
beginning when people go to look in there.
Well, we can also put it up on the club's YouTube page
Yeah.
as well. So, I'm not sure, I'm not sure. I haven't looked for Tom's video.
I think he's still working on it.
Well, I know he hasn't done it full blown yet, put it up on the website. Okay.
Well, every time he shows it, we have new suggestions,
Oh, I
and
know.
ideas.
That's true. Yes, Sherry Lynn.
I don't feel it would be appropriate to put it on a site right now. I think it's great for history or maybe put down as part of the history, but we don't have the same SIGs now. The pictures aren't the same. It's not the same name. It would be very confusing to me if I was coming in new and I
Sure.
saw that and then nothing was matching up. So I don't agree that that should be shown unless it's listed under a, a historical
Sure.
thing or something like that would be cool, but I think I'd love to see a new version of that for where we're at today.
Okay.
It should be shown if the introduction said, welcome to the 1970s.
I thought we saw a young Phil in there.
Young Phil, were you using a projector on the wall?
I was doing stop motion animation.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember any of that. But I think that film, that it covers everything, but it's so,
It's just dated.
oh,
Well, just again, it's when you think of just look at the last year, look at the room we're in now, where this used to be the computer room. Now the computer room is over there. Here is our.
yeah, but
thing.
nobody knows that if they're watching.
No, I know, but I think when you start looking at the photos of the cameras and the equipment and the goodies, unless you're a complete novice and you have no idea, then you would go, oh yeah, I know that camera or whatever. But if you look at the technology now that we have camera wise and whatever else, people are using their phones so much more, everything else. So
With this kind of video, though, I think the trigger to have one like this is to get more people in.
well, sure.
And that's what it's trying to do, is show what the.
Yeah, well, that's what Tom was doing.
That's what Tom's is
and
doing,
everything. I mean, the thing that we kept telling Tom was his was too long. So, I mean, I don't know what the length of yours was,
A little
but
over 7 minutes.
he was reducing it, and I think one of our suggestions was, instead of diving into the multimedia or the black and white or something, that he could make separate videos for that if people were interested,
Yeah.
they could click on that specifically to see that particular SIG.
But
Yeah.
they should be introduced that stuff is.
Well, everything is introduced in his main one.
Yeah.
And everything. His main one, though, was going too far into depth, we thought,
Yeah,
and too long,
yeah.
because people weren't gonna watch that.
Well, it's like anything else. We sit there and we put something together, we put it out there. If people are interested, I think one of the times we showed Tom's maybe like second or third cut, and we were talking about it being too long, and people were going, I thought it was right length, that there was enough, there was plenty of information. I didn't feel bored, so. You never know, but Tom is working on stuff, and we'll see as time goes on here, how he tweaks these other videos and where he goes with it. I think it was well done. The other thing that I did like is I did like the little comments with people on camera. I thought that really added to it as well. And then seeing a young Phil was a highlight for me.
I don't remember any of that.
Well, how long ago would that have been?
Said 2000.
10 years ago?
Yeah, 2015.
Oh, did it say that? Oh, geez. Okay, well, there you go. All right, well, thank you for that. Let's see, Todd has got a video from Japan. Todd, why don't you tell us about your video?
All right, so this is a short little video. One of the things that they offered us over there was to dress up in costume. And if you're familiar with the game Mario Brothers, so these are carts, and you literally drive them through the streets of Tokyo. So you get to dress up in costume and drive around. My original plan was I took 2 GoPros with me. thanks to Kevin here helping me, my new GoPro, I was not able to use. So I was disappointed because I was gonna have one GoPro going forward, one going backwards and everything. That did not work, so it was operator error. I put the battery in backwards and it jammed the battery case and I couldn't open it. And I Googled it, I tried to do a bunch of different things to figure it out. I couldn't get it and I didn't want to break it. So I brought it back and I brought it in to show Kevin, and Kevin found a different way to skin the cat, and I followed that and it popped open and I put the battery back in and it worked. So I was kind of annoyed with myself for not having. I even thought about contacting Kevin when I was over there, just to see if he had any suggestions or anything, but I didn't. But anyhow, so it was just the one GoPro, my old GoPro. Kevin helped me on a couple things, because one of the things is mostly you're single file, but other times you're side by side. So when you get to a red light or something, they try to keep you, close together and everything. So that kind of threw my tilt off a little bit and everything. So I have gone through and tried to correct that somewhat. The other challenge I had here is most of this is just the music, but I have one little segment that I'm talking to my son. And so it's only maybe about a 10, 15 second segment and everything, but we're in go-karts. So you have the drone of the go-kart and you have the drone of the city and everything. So what I did with this little clip was, at first, I isolated that sound, and then I did the noise on that one several times to try to lower it. But then, because the GoPro, I'm wearing it on my forehead, it picks up my voice very well. But Daniel's here, only a few feet away, and his voice was lower and everything. So then I had to go in and splice all those cuts and then raise up his voice so you could hear it. I'm still not happy with it, but it's probably about as good as it's going to get and everything. So,
all right, well, let's check it out.
It was fun. I thought it was a blast.
Okay. we think of that? What do we think of that one?
I thought it looked like a ball. I thought it looked great, really fun,
It was fun.
except for your turkey suit or whatever.
Bigger. It was bigger.
Yeah, it was great.
Do they have governors on them where you can only go so fast?
Yeah, but I mean, we were going 35, 40 miles an hour.
Wow, man.
It's interesting.
Are
they
they
got
licensed for the?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're licensed for this.
They had license plates on.
Yeah.
There's a big push in Tokyo right now to ban them.
Oh, is there?
I
Yeah.
noticed there was nobody wearing a helmet.
No, no helmets.
Yeah.
It would get in the way of the costumes.
How little traffic there was, that was at the time of day they did that?
It was on a Sunday. I picked Sunday particularly because when I was booking this, I was concerned, I'm like, I'm gonna go-kart on the main streets. There's gonna be cars and trucks and everything else, so I thought possibly less traffic on Sundays than the other days, so.
Yeah.
Didn't see too many trucks or things like that. I tried stabilizing it. I mean, some of those clips are a little jittery and everything. I mean, the machine is vibrating and everything, so.
Do you have a chest mount?
No, it was a head mount. Yeah, right above.
Chest
I have a chest mount and I had it with me, but with where the steering wheel and everything was, it was blocked. The other thing, looking at it after I did it and everything, I should have had the camera tilted down a little bit more. I had to crop a lot of this because I had way too much sky and things like that in it that just didn't really serve any purpose.
What
Attach
model?
it to the golf.
It was a 4.
4, yeah, it looked like it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was so disappointed
Yeah.
in my new one, because that was the plan. And
It looked like a lot of fun.
it was fun. It was fun.
How long was the whole ride, how long did?
We were out about an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Yeah.
And
The music.
And it was guided too, there was a leader.
Yeah, there's a leader. And there was supposed to be a trailer also, but it wasn't. Don't get lost. Yeah, well, not so much getting lost, but if you get a red light or something happens, well, then. Imagine Todd riding around and he gets left behind a little bit. And now here's Todd in his costume and the go-kart. The police might be showing up.
Yeah, you look great as Jason.
In that costume, yeah, that would be fun.
Why the costumes?
Well, because of Mario Kart, I mean, all the characters are dressed up, so take off from that.
Are you the oldest one there in that whole thing?
I was probably the oldest one. Absolutely.
I was gonna say it's kind of a kid thing, you know?
Well, it is, but I mean, there was a mother-daughter on the same trip, and the funny thing was, they were from Pittsburgh. Oh. So. Oh, there you go.
Did that company have a rental costume place?
No, it's part of the rental.
Okay.
So it was, for the hour and a half, it was $135 a person.
Well, that's not too bad.
No, considering what you were doing. It was something different, something unique, and
Kids love it, you love it.
just, it was fun. Yeah. Okay, does anybody have anything else on that?
The last shot was looked like you did something with where the two of you together, like you cartooned it, or you did something.
Yeah, it was the guide, he gave the shots to us because he downloaded all the photos that he took off his phone onto my phone. He airdropped them to me.
Yeah, there are a couple stills in there.
Yeah, and then they actually, by the time we got back, we're upstairs taking our costumes off, and they're handing everybody those photos.
Oh, wow.
They did it that quick. All right. Well, thank you for that. Sherry Lee, you have got a little video for us. Why don't you tell us about this?
Oh, this is another one of my little story time with Lala, so.
Okay.
When they played it, not this one, but a previous one that I had done. And Phil had commented, how bad the voice was, and I had not heard that, but when they played it at Showtime, I heard it.
Yeah.
So that was very helpful. So this one should sound a whole lot better.
Okay. Well, let's check it out.
We'll see. Story time with Lala. Coyote, a trickster tale from the American Southwest, told and illustrated by Gerald McDermott.
Coyote, Blue Coyote. He was going along, following his nose. He had a nose for trouble. Coyote stuck his nose into Badger's hole, but got bitten. Coyote wanted to have a flaming red head like Woodpecker, but his fur caught fire. Coyote went looking for Snake, but only found trouble. Coyote was always in trouble. Coyote came to a place where earth meets sky. He heard laughing and singing. He went up to take a look. Coyote saw a flock of crows. They were chanting. They were dancing. Then the birds spread their wings. They flew through the air and circled the canyon. "Oh, if only I could fly," said Coyote. "I would be the greatest coyote in all the world." Coyote called to the crows. "Let me join you," he said. "This foolish coyote wants to be like us," Old Man Crow said to his flock. "Let's have some fun with him." Old Man Crow turned one eye toward Coyote. "You may dance with us," he said. Thank you," said Coyote, "but I want to fly too." "Maybe you can," said Old Man Crow. Old Man Crow plucked a feather from his left wing. He told his flock to do the same. They stuck the feathers in Coyote. Coyote winced. His nose twitched. The crows chuckled. "You are ready to fly," said Old Man Crow. The birds began their slow, steady chant. They hopped from one foot to the other. Coyote joined in the dance. Even though he got out of step and sang out of tune, he was very proud of himself. The crows spread their wings and soared into the sky. Coyote followed. His flight was jerky. He tilted to one side. Since his feathers were only from the left wing of each bird, he was off balance. He fell to the ground. "Wait," he cried out. "Don't leave me behind." The birds returned and gathered around Coyote. "We must balance him," said Old Man Crow. Old Man Crow plucked a feather from his right wing. Each of his flock did the same. Coyote cringed as they stuck the feathers in his fur. The crows cackled. "Now I'm perfect," said Coyote. "I can fly as well as the rest of you." Coyote had become rude and boastful. He danced out of step. He sang off key. The crows were no longer having fun. The birds again began their slow, steady chant. Coyote hopped along, flapping his feathered legs and singing sour notes. The dancers spread their wings and leapt into the air. Soon the crows were flying high over the canyon. Coyote struggled to keep up. "Carry me," he demanded. The crows circled Coyote, but didn't carry him. Instead, they took back their feathers one by one. Coyote sank through the air. He fell straight down. "Oh!" he howled. Coyote fell so fast, his tail caught fire. He fell into a pool on the mesa. Coyote crawled out of the water. He heard laughter and saw the crows flying away. Coyote ran after them. He tripped and fell, tumbling in the dirt. Coyote went home, soaked and covered with dust. To this day, he is the color of dust. To this day, his tail has a burnt black tip. To this day, Coyote still follows his nose. He has a nose for trouble. He always finds it.
What do we think of that?
Just one little technical thing was a couple of the slides that you started, part of the copy was up out of the top. And so it was split in half. Maybe just bring that down.
Bring it down.
Yeah. Yeah, so it just starts from the beginning, so you can see everything that you put on.
How has the reaction been with your grandkids to these videos? I have to think that they love them.
I think they love them. I hope so.
You don't know?
Well, when I read that book to the two boys, they just said, read it again. Read it again.
Okay.
You know, they kept one, and so then I thought, you know what, I need to do this one to send out to all.
How many of these have you done? You did like 4 or 5 of these?
Yeah,
You need to find out. I have to think that the kids are loving them.
I figured that at some point they'll be sharing them with their own kids.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, no, I really think they do. I know that the ones you met
Mm-hmm.
here, they love them because they don't watch, their parents don't have them watch regular TV or
Okay.
cartoons or anything. So the stuff that I do, even my travel videos, that's what those kids get to watch.
Okay.
The other kids watch a lot of Disney and cartoons and stuff. So I don't really know how much I'll ask them, but
find out.
I don't really know how much, because they get so much really high energy type stuff, but I don't care.
Yeah, but
it's from you.
You're reading, your narration is great in terms of your excitement comes through. I think as you're reading.
Voice change.
Oh, exactly.
And everything. You're reading like you're reading the story. You're narrating like you're reading the story to the kids. So.
Yeah.
You said you changed your voice, you adjusted?
Well, so the one that I had done last time, there was just a lot of background and I had really done a lot of work trying to level out stuff, and apparently I just took out too much. That was on the saguaro, gifts of the saguaro one. So this one I was being more aware when I was in Audacity to not try to go as in depth, because I hadn't realized how much, when you take stuff out of it, how much it distorts it. And so I was a lot more aware of that this time, and I'm probably gonna go back and redo the voice on the other story now that I've heard.
It sounded good.
It sounded real good.
Yeah.
It was nice and clear. Good job. All right. Ann, you got one for us. Tell us about this one.
This is just some winter scenes in Duluth, and so kind of a little nostalgic look back.
Okay, well, let's check it out.
night I dreamed of icy cliffs, standing on the precipice. I leaned to see just where the edge would take me. The wind came up, I closed my eyes. I heard a shout to my surprise. A hand reached out, pulled me back to safety. What's a hand, what's a dream? Who can say what it means when everything that you know can disappear? Don't look back, the spirits cry. Just be glad to be alive. Everything that you love is right here. Everything that you love. Life feels smaller than this stone, worn smooth inside my palm. I keep it like a charm inside my pocket. I keep thinking I'll flame out, leave no one with a doubt that I was meant to fire like a rocket. What's a stone, what's a flame? There's always someone else to blame when everything that you know disappears. Don't look back, the spirits cry. Just be glad to be alive. Everything that you need is right here. Everything that you need.
Ooh, that got a little faster.
Among its heather, who's not tempted to fold in, so that sleep may come again, where the fire and the ice hide their treasure. Everything that you love, everything that you need.
Hey. What do we think of that? Thank God we're not in that water.
What year? That's the way I feel.
What year was that?
That was a few years back. I mean, most of it was just before I moved in.
Okay.
Yeah.
The snow, the wedding
Some of those
party?
winters around 2019, 2020, and the pandemic.
Did you know the wedding party?
No, we were just out on the ice and they just showed up.
I hope the groom didn't get cold feet.
You know, the one thing that you did, and this goes kind of what we were talking before with Daryl, I love how at the end here, your photos, see how she's doing, Daryl? She's putting something behind instead of it being just a black image. She's going with just a background, so it just gives it a nicer feel.
It fills the frame, right?
It's not as stark. There's a softness to the heavy matte. It just makes it a little bit more pleasing to the eye. So that's a great little technique. The other thing that I saw, the only little thing that I would tweak between the first and the second song, you had one shot and there was no sound.
Right.
And so if you could either shorten up in some of the clips so that it'd be nice to have heard the one song end and then go into the second one, because I just felt like okay, what's happening, and that went on for probably 4 or 5 seconds where there was no music. But
I
other
didn't know how to do that transition because the songs were so different, but I wanted to put it all together in the same video.
you know, I think it's just
Can't you just fade one out and fade the other one in?
well, it's not. She's talking about the imagery. I think it's part of it is, and maybe the thought is you have a first section and then a second section. Maybe you fade to black, and then for just a second, and then the music starts on the second song.
Yeah, it was probably confusing.
Did everybody see that?
Yeah.
If I go back,
I saw it. I thought she did a really nice job with that, with nothing there.
Well,
instead of just mixing the two songs.
Yeah, but I don't know that
that really worked.
Oh, good.
I don't know. I guess there's a thing of as I'm watching something and I'm getting the visual and I'm getting the audio.
Yeah.
It's taking me somewhere, and then all at once it's like, okay, now it just kind of stops. Here's this shot. Now, if there had been some ambient sound from this,
I didn't have the ambient. Or that would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
I should have put something.
or yeah, just something that just the crunching of ice. Exactly.
Instead of pixabay and sound effects.
And maybe there would be something like that. And that would be a great way.
But that silence worked for me.
Yeah.
I thought that really was a nice touch.
Okay.
Well, the idea was to try to not offend the viewer with going from pipeline.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Iceland.
Sure.
Could she get away with Dwayne Eddy?
She said she checked.
It's on YouTube. I have a channel there.
Wow.
It was approved.
Look at wow.
I don't think
She made me happy because that's what she told me right before she said this is on here, but it's okay.
That surprises me.
Well, that's why you never know with music.
I haven't been turned down yet. I've got.
Well, put some Dave Brew back on and let it turn again.
Dave's dead.
Dave's dead. Yeah, but apparently Dave's state, they want their cash.
Oh man.
But the imagery was great. Absolutely great.
You used a vocal. I mean, I try to get vocals into my videos and I cannot figure out how to make one work.
You mean music?
Yeah, with music, right? With
Oh.
how
do
to
it
get
with the
how to get
piano.
right song.
Put it with a piano.
Play with the piano. Yeah, right. Anyway, it's good that you're somebody else can figure out how to make vocals
I
work.
go to iMusic and I'll write in a description of the kind of thing I'm looking for, and then it comes up with albums and stuff. And
Sure.
then I buy the music and but if YouTube rejects it, that would be fine, and then I would
Pick
do
something.
what I needed to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So far it's been. I thought Disney would probably object to. I did a video where Let's Fly a Kite, and I thought they might object to that, but they didn't. They let me use it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. They object to everything.
Yeah.
It was.
The rules are different if you monetize. It's a total.
Well, you can't
It's not-
monetize.
Yeah.
But
Right.
even like we saw with Jim's video last week, that he's not monetizing it, and yet the estate is saying no, you cannot use this at all.
And I have all kinds of videos on my YouTube and they all are copyrighted. Notices that they copyrighted, but they still let me have them.
Right.
It's probably because it's so few people, it's this person's.
Well, it always comes down to money.
Yeah.
If you're going to make money, then they want their cut.
The agreement that I agreed to with them is that if any money is made by ads on any video, they get all the money.
Right.
So probably I'll do that.
And that would continue on until I took that music off.
Sure.
So, yeah, so that's the agreement, 'cause I'm not trying to make any money, it's just to, with friends or with family.
I think you're also just trying to set a mood. And if you like a certain kind of music and you say, God, this music is perfect, but it's not royalty free, I still want to use it, but I don't want to make any money, so.
Yeah, I don't want to make any money, but we all have kind of soundtracks to our lives, the songs that we like the
You bet.
most, or, artists that we like the most. And to me, it's just so valuable to be able to bring them in to a video.
Very nice. We have, what I'm gonna do, we've got Sharon's video. I'm gonna stop the recording and we're gonna show it. It's about 20 minutes long. This is from Africa. And so if you'd like to stay and watch it, she'd like to get some input on it. So I'll do that. If you have to leave, no worries. We meet again next week on the 22nd. Todd Taylor will be your fabulous host. I hope everybody has a great week and we'll be talking to you. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.